Welcome back to my podcast. I'm your host, Esther Kalenzi, and I'm just so glad to have you here. As always, I am encouraged by your feedback and your support. It truly means the world to me and allows me to keep doing this no matter how scary, tiring, and crazy it can sometimes be. I would like to talk about friendship today. I'm such a huge advocate for friendships and the way that friendship enriches our lives. And I thought that I would share some things that I've learned on this journey as I try to be a better friend and try to cultivate better, healthier friendships. So, the first one is really learning my friends and the things that they are capable of and the things that they are not capable of as well. I don't know if you've experienced this or someone you know has experienced it, where you have this one close friend that you are trying to make everything in one. You expect them to be everything, and because of this impossible standard, they're definitely bound to fail. And yet at the same time, there might be other people in your life who are willing to provide the things that you're looking for, but because you are so bent on this one person or maybe these two people, it makes you kind of not see the other people who are in your life that are perfectly capable of doing the things, who are loving you out loud, but you're not quite able to see them because you're concentrating on this. And very closely related is the fact that we all have different strengths and weaknesses as well. So I've learned that I might be expecting so much from certain people, yet I'm imperfect and they're also taking me the way that I am. So there are people who you'll find are really good cheerleaders. You'll find someone who's really great in a crisis. When you think of fun, there's a friend that comes to mind. When you think of career development, there's a friend that comes to mind. And when we are lucky, there's specific people who have so many of these qualities in one. But it's also okay to find these qualities in different people and actually allow them to come into your life as you also grow them in different areas. So keeping that in mind and realizing that this person or one person or two people, this person doesn't have to be your be all and end all, and you should also not be expected to be that to someone. It's such a huge burden to really put on anyone. And yet, when we celebrate the other things that we bring to our friendships and all other kinds of relationships, then it makes it easier for us to actually be better friends and to also meet ourselves where we are. The second one is something that I really, it goes without saying, it's communication, which I think gets more and more important as we grow older. Perhaps when we were maybe preteens and we had these friendships, you'd fight with your friend, probably not even tell them what they did. You heard they said something about you and now you give them silent treatment. Next thing you know, you're not talking, and then something comes up and you're in a class together, or you're in a sport together, or you're in an activity together, and then suddenly you get back to talking, playing like nothing ever happened, and the issues are not addressed. The older we grow, the more I think that there's really no space for sweeping things under the rug, especially if this is a person that you want to keep in your life. This is a person that you believe you can make things work with. And what I've learned for me is that if I'm not settled in my heart, then it's going to show. It might not show immediately, but there's going to be something that will happen. I might end up snapping, I might end up keeping a distance, and yet all of this could have just been helped by taking this off my chest. So what I do is that if I'm feeling hurt or feeling like there's discomfort or there's a distance, anything that's kind of messing with the equilibrium, it's something that I will have to have a conversation with. But in the same respect, when things are going really great and I have gratitude in my heart and I just feel loved and appreciated, that's something that I'll also tell my friend or my friends or whoever is causing that. And I've found that it has led to really healthy friendships, and something that I strongly recommend. And then finally, something that I've been thinking a lot lately is seasons and how they change. We keep evolving, so you may not be as close to the friends you had in high school as you are now. You might not be as close to the friends from university or your workplace. And this is something that continues to happen. There's some who have been constant, there's some who have been consistent, there's some who have been like oscillating depending on the different seasons of your life, and that's okay. We don't have the same interests, our values change. You might even move into a new place, a new country, and now you have to cultivate friendships there, and the distance kind of makes it difficult for the ones who are not there. So once in a while, maybe you'll have video calls, catch up on each other's lives, have chats, but it may not be as easy because these people are no longer in the same space as you. And also in regards to seasons, I feel like we are all going through different things, and someone is transitioning and they realize that they're not able to carry the load the way they used to. So in your friendship, you might find that at different times, there's someone who's kind of carrying the friendship more than the other. Of course, there are times when it will be kind of at the same level. You both have time, you're able to check on each other, you're able to meet, you're able to be with each other's families and events and everything, but sometimes that doesn't happen. For example, if one of you is grieving, you're not going to expect them to show up in the same way that they used to, because they are carrying this huge burden, and you might get exhausted from being the one who constantly checks in, maybe the one who's constantly pouring into them. But that's what friendship is about. Literally, you hold each other's hands, and this person needs you at this moment in time. And in a month or two, or even a year later, you might find that tables are going to turn, and now they're going to be in the same situation. They're the ones who are carrying you because you don't have the ability. We go through so much. It could be mental illness, it could be trouble with the family or at work, and you find that you really can't show up as your best self. And your friends are the people who are there, who need to understand without you saying much. So although it's important to communicate, there are times when it's just beyond us, and you can just see it for yourself that someone is struggling, and understand that the roles will change, and that's okay, because every season comes with different challenges, but also it comes with highs that you can celebrate together. So that's what was on my mind, and I really wish for you enriching friendships, and for you to give yourselves time to actually grow them, to be yourselves, to share things honestly, because without honesty, then it takes out the authenticity of the entire relationship. And I think these are tips that can be carried on to even different relationships that we have with different people. That's it for this week. As usual, I encourage you to be kind and do good. If you have any feedback that you would like to share, please do. I look forward to hearing from you. Follow us on all our platforms. You can hit the DM if there's something that you might want us to talk about, or an experience that you'd like to share. I would really, really love to hear from you. And if you'd like to support my work anyway, there are 3 different avenues. You can support 40 Days Over 40 Smiles Foundation, which is 4040 for short. Just check our website, follow our socials, make a donation, or purchase something for yourself or a loved one. All of this enables us to provide learning resources to children in underserved communities. Or there are 2 businesses. One is House of Penda, which is an accessory store, or the Phoenix Project, that basically has wellness products. Interact with our work, make a purchase, and give me feedback. All of this just keeps us going, and I would love to continue having you as part of this community. Have a beautiful week, and thank you for listening.